Welcome to our policy and rules and regulations. The following training applies to all employees of Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers. You have completed our orientation, introduction to Barney's, mission statement and values, service and hospitality. Our policies and procedures and our rules and regulations will be divided into 4 parts. Let's start with Part 1. In this section, we cover grooming standards, uniform and appearance, attendance and punctuality. First, let's discuss our grooming standards. All employees of Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers must be clean, neatly dressed, and well-groomed. It's important to maintain a neat and clean appearance at work at all times. Our guests deserve and expect that everything that they encounter in their food service experience with Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers is clean and sanitary. Now let's talk about our grooming standards. All our male employees must be clean-shaven, or their beard, mustache, or sideburns have to be neatly trimmed. Maintain good personal hygiene at all times. Fingernails must be clean and short, as fingernails are a breeding ground for bacteria. Hair must be pulled back away from the face. Same applies for back of the house. However, they also must use a hairnet. Maintain a welcoming and clean appearance. Now that we've covered our grooming standards, let's talk about our uniforms. You will be assigned a specific uniform based on your position. Please be dressed properly for every shift. All uniforms must be conforming to designated standards, free of tears, stains, and wrinkles. Fitted pants that are properly hemmed and worn around the waist or hips. Oversized uniforms or sagging is prohibited. Undergarments should never be showing. Fitted t-shirt. Apron tied at waist level, not tied too far above belt level, or worn above chef coats or t-shirts. Shoes must be shined in good condition and slip-resistant. To keep your uniform clean, do not wipe your hands on your apron. When you're assigned to do heavy cleaning or prep before opening or after closing the restaurant, do not put on your uniform, especially for back of the house. Now let's move on to your appearance at Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers. No extreme tattoos, piercings, jewelry, makeup, or fragrance. What constitutes extreme is subject to management discretion. Please understand that if you are not following the grooming, uniform, or appearance standards, you will be sent home. Let's move on to attendance and punctuality. Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers views each team member's attendance and punctuality as critical to the efficient operation of its business. In addition, tardiness and absenteeism place a burden on coworkers and management. While Barney's Gourmet Hamburgers understands that team members become ill and are sometimes late for reasons beyond their control, repeat incidents of tardiness, leaving work early, and/or absenteeism will result in disciplinary action, up to and including termination. Please adhere to the following rules regarding attendance and punctuality. Call a manager if you are delayed and you know that you will be late for your shift. You must provide an accurate estimated arrival time. However, calling does not excuse repeated tardiness. If you are unable to work, call your manager at least 4 hours before the start of your scheduled shift, unless restaurant hours make it impossible to do so. In such cases, the team member is to provide as much notice as possible, preferably before closing time on the previous day. You will be expected to indicate the general reason and probable duration of the absence. You must advise your manager immediately if an emergency makes it necessary for you to leave the restaurant prior to the end of your scheduled shift, and never leave with company funds. When calling in, it is required that you speak with the manager personally. Do not leave a message, and do not have someone call for you unless you are totally incapable. No call, no show will result in disciplinary action. Failure to report to work or call for 2 consecutive shifts will be considered a voluntary termination via job abandonment. Naturally, emergency issues cannot be expected, but we will review any attendance issues individually and determine an appropriate outcome based on the circumstances. This concludes Part 1 of Policy and Rules and Regulations. You will now be directed to take a short quiz on the material we just covered. Good luck!